Hey guys, what's going on? Just going to take a quick look here at Hedera. Ticker for this is HBAR, and I'm currently on the weekly time frame. I covered this coin about 2 weeks ago, and in that last video, I pointed out these candles right here. So it was very noteworthy how these candles were closing in relation to this horizontal trend line. So definitely, if you want to trade Hedera, I highly recommend that you draw this on your chart. So just take a horizontal trend line or horizontal ray, whatever you prefer, and just paste it right at the low of these candle bodies right here. So you see, this is a very, very significant level where it acted as a level of resistance for about 6 weeks right here. When we broke above it, it held as support for quite a while. These are 1 week candles. So right here, these 4 candles represent one month of trading activity. And you'll see that on every one of these candles, we have long wicks where the price sold well below it, but by the time the candle closed, buyers step in to defend this level. So given the price history over here as a resistance and right here as a level of support, we know that the people that can move the market are looking to this level to either sell and hold the price down or buy and just defend this level. And once again, once we broke below, we came back up to it. As the price approached it from underneath, this level flipped once again from a support to a resistance. Now, look how long this particular candle is. We had a lot of bullish momentum throughout the week. However, just before this candle closed, the bear stepped in and sold it all the way back down. So we had the candle body close back underneath this level. So this is why I try to be patient and wait for the weekly candle to close, because I don't want to be one of the people that got trapped up here. A lot of people who were just focusing on the daily chart saw this as a breakout and they were buying only to get dumped on, right? So I personally feel that the weekly chart is the most significant chart in pretty much all of crypto. Once again, so this held as a level of resistance once we broke above it. And this brings me back to what I was talking about in the last video. We had 3 candles where this horizontal level was being defended by the bulls, right? So consolidation just above this significant level of support. Actually, this candle right here, when we closed with the candle body above it, that was an early signal that the bulls were in control and that we were likely going to head up to pretty much where we are right now. Okay, so after about a month of the price just consolidating above here, granted we did sell off in each of these weeks where we came below it, but again, it's where the candle body closes on a weekly time frame that holds the most significance. After about a month of just defending this level, I think the bears just kind of gave up, and now we find ourselves at the resistance level that I mentioned in the previous video. So I'll zoom out and I'll just point out that I have this resistance level drawn as a range. So the lower end of the range, which is pretty much where we are right now, that is based, if I kind of zoom out and look left here, on the low of these candle bodies right here, and then all the way across. So it was support right here, then here we came up to it, it was a resistance level. It was resistance right here. We had a sell-off until we ultimately broke above it, and then we got rejected from this downsloping level of resistance. However, just a lot of price history at this particular level, the starting point of the range, which is around pretty much where we are right now at just over 8 cents, so 0.0818. Now, if I change the time frame, we'll see how the price is responding to this level. And here you see this wick came just shy of it within a couple cents. And while I'm here on the 4-hour time frame, oftentimes what I like to look to is I look for divergences, right? So we are at a level of resistance. So I want to see if we have early indications of signs of weakness. So I'll pop up my divergence indicator right here. And as you can see right now on the price, we have a high and then we put in a higher high on the price. But on this divergence indicator, we have a high, then we have a lower high. So this is a bearish divergence, and this is also replicated down here on the stochastic. So we have a high on the stochastic, and then the price went higher, and then this is lower than this previous high. So nothing at all to be too concerned about right now. However, I would not personally be taking any short-term long positions on Hedera until we're able to break above this resistance range. If we were in a bear market, this is where I would be looking to enter a short position. But since I think we have shifted on pretty much most of the coins I'm looking at from a overall downtrend to the beginning of an uptrend, I'm prioritizing short to mid-term long entries right now. So if I was in a long position down here, all I would be doing where we are right now is just taking profits off the table. I would not be looking to enter a short. So the trade I would be looking for would be if we break this upper level of resistance with weekly candle bodies closing above this 0.0878 region, that's when I'll be looking to enter long positions. Now, while I have these indicators below here open, one thing I should point out, just as an educational tool, not so much because it's relevant anymore, but you'll see if I zoom out here, we had this long-term upsloping level of support. Then on the price, we had a low and then we had a higher low. But if you look at the stochastics, we had a low, then a lower low on the stochastic, right? So that's a deviation from what's happening on the price. And this is what's called a hidden bullish divergence. It's not as easy to spot as a traditional divergence, but it's definitely worth educating yourself on how this looks, because this was an early warning sign that the trend is likely to turn. And then here we are again, we find ourselves back up at the top of this range. So divergences, in my opinion, are quite strong, particularly on a weekly time frame, and definitely worth learning about. Okay, so here we are at the start of this resistance box. As I mentioned, if I wasn't along, here's where I would be scaling out of my position, and then I would just wait and re-enter once a weekly candle breaks above the top of the range, again at around 0.0882. Now, when we break beyond this top level, there's a couple things I like to do to identify potential levels of resistance. As you can see, based on the price action, we collapsed so rapidly from this upper range down to the lower range that we didn't put in much price structure. So oftentimes when you see this, when the level breaks from underneath, you're going to rise just as rapidly back up to the breakdown point. However, there's another way to identify potential levels of resistance, and that is by running a Fibonacci retracement from the swing high all the way up here down to the lows, and that's going to give us these projection levels. And here we have the 382 at around just slightly over 10 cents, so 0.1032. So this is the level of potential resistance. We do have a little bit of price structure right here, but honestly, I don't think that if we're able to break out beyond this long-term range, that here's where we get rejected and come all the way back down. This may be a rejection point where we come back down and retest this broken level of resistance before heading back up to higher levels. The first level of resistance beyond that is going to be the 50% at around 14 cents, so 0.1436. But personally, I feel that some sellers might look to come in here, but ultimately I think if we break this lower resistance, I do think that we come back up to this upper range right here. The low of this range is around 17 cents, so 0.1706, and that is based on the low of these candle bodies right here. And the upper range also coincides with the price pretty much perfectly, where it was resistance right here and support all throughout here. But this level is also the 618 retracement level, and that is just under 20 cents, so 0.1994. So to recap, we start closing a weekly candle body above the top of this range. I think we ultimately get up here to between 17 cents and 20 cents. Of course, there could be some selling pressure coming in here at the 382 and the 50, but ultimately I think the price kind of stair steps its way back up to this range right here. Okay, so that's just what I'm personally looking out for. If you found it helpful, smash the like button. Couple things. If you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release these videos, click subscribe, click the bell, and then click on all. The market's starting to heat up now, and I'm going to be spending more time looking at the chart, so I may end up seeing a breakout, and if I do, I'm going to try to get a video out as fast as possible. So if you're subscribed and you have the notifications on, you're going to see it quicker than most other people, right? And maybe if what I'm showing you on a chart looks good and you want to enter the trade, perhaps you can capitalize off just me notifying you of a breakout or a breakdown or whatever the situation is. So definitely subscribe, but also make sure you have that notification on. Also, if you want a place to trade Hedera and pretty much any of the other coins I talk about on this channel, the links to 3 different exchanges are in the pinned comment and the description, and through those links, you're going to get sign-up bonuses. So if you don't already have an exchange account, or maybe you're trading on Binance, for example, and you don't like that the head of Binance is now a guy on the World Economic Forum website, to me personally, that's a little bit sketchy. I don't really trust those people. But yeah, you have other options if you don't want Klaus Schwab knowing all of your crypto addresses and trades that you do. So yeah, check out those links. And yeah, that about wraps it up. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.